this is a very biased take because we run an agency, but I fundamentally believe that the rise of AI and the integration into the world of marketing is swinging the pendulum more in favor of agency service providers versus assembling teams in-house, because you have more data, you can derive more insights faster, and solely as like an individual, if there's a choice between insights that are hyper relevant and tailored to my area, my business and my sector versus a single source of truth, I'm going to go with someone who has a broader perspective and is able to aggregate those insights in a way that helps me improve my ROI. So I think the pendulum is swinging more towards agency and will continue to over time. I'm very willing to be challenged on that.
Yeah, I guess having worked in-house and agency side, I think it's really interesting, this relationship. And the thing I really noticed moving in-house from having been in an agency is you don't know what good looks like suddenly. If you've only ever worked in-house, you've only ever worked on maybe 3-4 businesses and run their ads for them. So you don't really have like your benchmarking across industries and verticals and even within your category is pretty weak. And so I think your point there about actually having data of other people in a similar space, what good looks like, understanding where you can improve, and then using that data to actually build predictive models which can actually help your business is really, really interesting. But then a really successful agency brand relationship comes from having like someone very like exceptional in-house who actually truly understands how like the marketing mix should work for that specific business. So you've got this balance of needing a broader perspective, but also having someone who can execute a strategy for a business, for that specific business model in that specific category, and synthesize those insights and then apply them effectively to the business to actually get the results you want. So I don't think it's a case of, you can just outsource everything. You always need that person there to be very specific, but then provide them with the tools that you get via an agency to execute quickly and efficiently without having the overheads baked into your business because of automation, all that sort of stuff, and then provide those broader insights to really help actually improve performance for you and efficiency.
It's a really hard link to get right, is the gap between data to execution to actually getting that past someone on the brand side as well. So it's having the right people in each 3 of those stages to actually make sure we can deploy the data. And that gets me onto the thing, I guess, something that agencies, yes, we do have all of this data across a wide client set, but how do we deploy that in a way that is suitable for different verticals, but also anonymized that in a way that, yes, we're providing benefit to our clients without actually, breaching privacy as well.
I think there are a number of ways that you can do it, but that is the big question. How do you provide a brand synthesized, consolidated insights without compromising integrity from other partners that you're working with? Tough. And I've got a couple of thoughts on it. We don't need to go into it right now, but I fundamentally believe agencies are going to, and particularly those who are able to be strategic and aggregate data and derive insights to improve ROI for brands, are really going to come out top, and the rest are just going to fail to exist.
Yeah, and it's kind of like this hybrid model, I think, is going to be the reality of it. Like, you do still need some skilled operators to own, basically sell ideas internally to actually push cool things over the line. So when you're coming in with new tech, new ideas, new ways of viewing attribution as an example, right? You've got to win over the CFO who actually signs off the budget to enable you to do the big awareness campaign, of which you can now prove the value because you've got this cool agency with some really good tech that they can do that with. So it's like you're never going to have an agency that can hold, you're rarely going to find yourself in this position as an agency where you hold that level of authority within a business, because you're always seen as an external partner. But how does an e-com brand make use of this, but everything from developers through to media buyers to strategists, creative production, how can you tap into that broader piece in a really cost-effective way that actually really improves the efficiency of how you put your budget away? And then someone to actually pull that all together and make sure it's driving business value, and then actually, make it all work. I think it's going to be that getting that balance right is actually what's always made an e-commerce business work from a marketing perspective, but it's just even more important going forward now.
Yeah, just a final tack onto this as well is when more and more businesses have more access to data, which we will, anonymized or otherwise, the quality of the questions that you ask become more important. It becomes actually quite dangerous to contract or work with, to ask the wrong questions of the data leads you down the wrong rabbit hole. And so it becomes even more important to be strategic and integrated with the business, to really understand the business's aim so that you can ask the right questions of your data to help form your roadmap strategically in a way that actually is correct, for lack of a better phrase. So strategy, very important. The ability to synthesize data, very important. And following that data down the right way.
I guess to round off the AI chat, it's becoming better prompt makers, not only with AI, but also what we're asking of the data sets that we can manipulate internally as well.